Have you recently picked up Anno 1800 and you are struggling trying to understand how to produce goods for your people and how much you need to be supplying in order to fill up their demand bars? Well, don't worry, we're going to fix that here in about 2 minutes. The key to understanding all of this is in the statistics screen. If you're on PC, you can get there quickly by hitting Control Q, and on console, you're going to be holding down the right trigger as well as the right D-pad. Once you're in that screen, go to the Production tab. This is where you're going to see exactly how much of something you are producing versus how much you are consuming from either your population or from other production buildings. If you take a look at anything on there, it's going to show you 2 different numbers. Now, these numbers are flipped depending on if you are on console or PC, but don't worry, focus on the colors. The blue bar is the consumption. That's how much your people or your other factories are consuming in a minute. The green bar is your production. That's how much you are producing to meet that demand. All you have to remember is to make sure the green bar is equal to or greater than the blue bar. Don't trust the numbers. Anno rounds everything down. So while the numbers may match, if you look at the bars, you might actually be underproducing because of the rounding. Now, the other quick thing that we have to talk about is overproduction. There are 2 types of overproduction: natural overproduction and forced overproduction. And then there's overproduction, actually, so there's a third one. Natural overproduction is going to happen most of the time since a production building can sustain up to Y amount of population, but you may only have X amount of population in your city. As you expand your population, those ratios are going to catch up until you're underproducing. Then you just build another chain and it repeats. This is normal gameplay. Forced overproduction is like making extra soap to sell to Eli or using Bruno Iron Bright on a bunch of sewing machine factories to spit out steam motors and advanced weapons that you might be using in Docklands. Then there's the third, which is the oops one, and that is simply you just built a bunch of stuff that you don't need for any reason. That's bad, don't do it. One of the easiest ways to understand how many of a particular building you need to meet that demand is just to build one, and then go back to the stats screen and see how that affected the bars on the graph. If you are still underproducing, then build another one until you have met the production that you need to meet demand.